Hello, guys. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys here. Now, here's the thing. Today is it's Thursday, the 26th of July, 2018. Okay. Now we're going to start the charts right here, and I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about right now, just for a second. Is I was a little bit premature, a little bit ahead of myself. I didn't realize that these guys could kick the can quite this far down the road as we are right now. And it's taken a little bit longer for things to happen than I expected. But believe me, when this thing gets winding up, it's going to be absolutely incredible. First thing, let's take a look at what this thing I'm talking about is. Is a deflationary event that's actually coming, that's going to lead to a hyperinflation. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected, like the bond market, for instance. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected to start to move up. I'm going to show you in the charts in a minute. But first, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is at 8,200. The Securities and Exchange Commission planned an ETF. Evidently, they put it off until the Bitcoin ETF. They put it off the decision that they're going to make on the Bitcoin ETF. They've put it off until is it the 21st or the 27th, I think. I was reading it last night, of September. And so Bitcoin, if you take a close look at the chart, you see this little bounce up right here. Now you see this little knob right here, this little knob right here. It was leveling out around 7,500. That's where I expected it to go. The reason why it went up instead of down in that lower highs, see, this is the process that it's in ever since it went into a bear market, is making lower highs. So this is the first high. It's up here at 11,500. Second high is about 9,900. And the third high was supposed to be right here on this level spot right here, around 7,500. That was supposed to be the third high, but instead of stopping there, it's bounced up to about 82, 83, as high as 8,400 bucks. And the reason why was talk of an ETF. This is what drove it up from here, from 7,500 up to 8,500 roughly. $1,000 jump in the price of Bitcoin was this talk of an ETF. But now that they've put that off, I'm expecting the Bitcoin market to cool off and make its final. It's probably going to be its final bottom. And because there's anticipation for this ETF that's coming, we're probably not going to see this final bottom even as low as some of these other bottoms. It could be not quite as low. And then when the ETF gets here, Bitcoin actually could go into a bull market again. We have to take that into consideration, that Bitcoin actually could go into a bull market again when the ETF arrives in September, and I believe it is coming. I believe they're going to pass it. I believe they're going to approve it. And I think it's going to be a tremendous flood of money is going to come into the Bitcoin space, and we're going to see these cryptocurrencies start to become more and more accepted as a form of payment and money, because that's what they really are. People might not like that fact, but that's the way it is. So I think there's going to be one more buying opportunity, probably in around the $6,000 and something range, and I'm going to tell you, it's probably your last real chance. I think it's. I'll let you know when I'm going to go out and I'm going to buy. Okay, I'm going to let you know. Let's take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations today. $8,219 for Bitcoin, and all the coins are getting in the green here. So we got the market cap going up a little bit, $301 billion. We gained over $1 billion, maybe $2 billion worth of in the last day. We've gained $2 billion worth of more cryptocurrency. Bitcoin dominance is at 46.9%, and so we're looking at green numbers, a lot of green numbers here. Some of them are pretty hefty green numbers. Litecoin is not really got too big of a green number today. It's only up 0.81%, $87. I did a show on Bitcoin Cash over at my other channel. You can tune into that show. You just put in the Delta Report into YouTube. The Delta Report. And you can go over there, and I did a whole show this morning on Bitcoin Cash. And I'm doing the shows. Yesterday I did Ethereum. That's the channel I'm going to talk about cryptocurrency over there. I do a cryptocurrency report every morning over there now. That's my new cryptocurrency channel. And the reason why is because I'm going to tell you, this is the wave of the future, and this is going to be massive. Massive. Now let's take a look at the silver price today. The silver price, you know, is not really going anywhere. It's 1547 this morning. They're still working the suppression game, and they're still being very successful at the suppression game. It will come to an end eventually, but honest to gosh, I mean, it's wearying for the people who own silver. They're weary. They're tired. It's like they've been trudging across a desert, you know, and it's just without getting a break. It's horrible. Let's move on to the Dow Jones Industrial Average today. We're up 133 points on the day. We're getting at the level now where we're going to start meeting a little bit of resistance, I think, in the market. Once we get over this particular level, we're getting up close to resistance. Anyway, let's take a look at the oil price today. 69.17. Just a second, guys. Okay, it stopped. Anyway, that's the oil price. 69.17 is down 13 cents. Down 0.19% on the day. Bonds and rates today. Now, here's where I want to get interesting is I expected these bonds to start this move that looks like they're starting now. I expected it the first of the month, so it's late. It's really late. Let's take a look at the U.S. 10-year, and I'll show you. Here. Okay, let's try 3 months. Okay, I expected it to start to make this move. See, it made it move up to 3.1%. I expected it to start to make this move. And okay, so little interruption. The alarm in my car went off. I had to do something about it. Anyway, so I expected this hike in the bond rates to come earlier. I expected them to come at the 1st of July. And you see, we've made it, they stayed low almost right up to the 21st of July, they stayed low. And so that's 20 days longer than I expected them to move. And I think they're starting to move now, but it's tentative. We got to wait and see. But this whole market, you know, everything's taken longer than I expected it to actually happen. But when it happens, it's all going to happen awfully fast when it happens, when it finally does happen. Let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index, 94.55. Okay. And so the dollar, you know, it's trying to go up a little bit this morning. This could have a bearing on silver a little bit later in the day. I'm going to have to wait and watch and see. Now, let's talk about Mario Draghi for a minute. And this gets back to the point I was making where this is taking longer. But when this comes, you know, all of the central banks on Earth right now are working in a coordinated effort to tighten. Even the Bank of Japan is planning on trying to do stealth quantitative tightening. And stopping their quantitative easing program. And Mario Draghi, he's trying to reassure the world that the end of the ECB quantitative easing program, in other words, the end of cheap, easy money in the European Union, they're going to cut the money off. Basically, they're going to cut the money off. And he's trying to say it's going to be a nothing burger. Oh, it's going to be a nothing burger. It's nothing. Don't pay any attention to what we're doing over here as we cut the money off. Well, this is the only money, you know, that propped up the markets over in Europe. It says, after another ECB statement that offered no surprises, we suspect Mario Draghi will be trying his best to reassure the world, especially the European corporate bondholders, that everything is going to be awesome, despite the fact that the market's bidder of first and last resort is stepping away. In other words, the only player, it's kind of like if you had a guy that's in an auto auction, you know, and he's bidding on cars, you know, and he's the only guy there, and he's buying every car that comes through the auto auction, you know, and he says, well, I'm going to leave now, and I'm not going to buy any more cars, but don't worry, everything's going to be fine. You guys will do just fine. Yeah, who's going to buy it? If you step away, you're the only buyer. Well, that's the way. They're stepping away. They're pulling away. And in the European Union, they're the only buyer, and they're pulling away. The Federal Reserve's the only buyer over here, and they're pulling away. Now, the thing was there was an excess liquidity in the system sloshing around. That excess liquidity is being drained off right now. When it's gone, everything's going to run out all at once. All of their cutting programs, everything. The SHIT is going to hit the fan all at once when it finally comes. It's going to be an all at once sort of a deal where all at once everything comes down around our heads, and then they're going to step in and try to fix it. The same guys who caused it are going to step in and try to fix it. But it's not going to be fixed as easily. Like right now, they could fix all this very easily, but just stepping in and doing some small repairs, you know, going back to quantitative easing and stuff, but it wouldn't have to be huge. Just the markets would feel the reaction from that and quit tightening. This is foolishness trying to tighten. You know? Go back to their policies now, they wouldn't have this snap reaction. But if they wait until we get this deflationary spike event and it takes everything down, then they're going to have to step in with massive amounts of quantitative easing and massive amounts of stimulus. And they're going to have to do everything 10 times bigger. When they do that, they're going to destroy the fiat currencies. I mean, the fiat currencies, cryptocurrency is nothing but a reaction to the destruction of the fiat currencies. People are reacting to the fact that the dollar's becoming worthless. They're reacting to that, and this reaction is what's driving and fueling cryptocurrencies. What do you think is going to happen to the cryptocurrencies when they really start to absolutely destroy the fiat currencies? The cryptocurrencies are going to go absolutely bonkers in price. And this is what we're going to see happen. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next show. Bye-bye.